Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and we're here today to put two things that you guys have asked for together once again. That's the R-97 and some more good old-fashioned live commentary. We're not doing a loadout today. This is just me playing with the R-97. I'm going to talk a little bit about the R-97 post-buff, give you guys some tips for success, and also talk a little bit about how I've been stepping up my game with the R-97 recently as I've been messing around with it in my free time outside of using the Kraber. So we're going to jump right into a match of just attrition. We're going to keep it plain and simple here. We are not doing pilots versus pilots. That's actually one of the things that people ask me for all the time. Like, Tony, can you play pilots versus pilots? I don't want anything to do with that mode. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I cannot stand it. It is nothing but pilot sentries and just massive aim assist boosted G2s and R2s and hemlocks, and I simply cannot stand it. And that's a discussion for an entirely different time, because if there's one problem that I believe this game has right now, it's that too many of the weapons have an excessive amount of aim assist on them, and I cannot wait to see something done about that. I don't know if it ever will happen, I'm going to be completely honest, guys, but if it did, I would be very, very freaking happy. We're going to run Radar Jammer and go with Ion, and let's see what we can do with the R-97 today. So, if you want the short answer, like if you want to leave this video right now and just go home, you can do that. I'll tell you right now, the R-97 is beast mode. Like, it's 10 times more powerful than it was. I know a lot of people weren't really using it on the console, but it was always good. Like, it was always a solid weapon. You know, if you can hip fire, even if you have to ADS, this thing is just, it's a potent mixture of high ROF and, you know, just accuracy, hip fire accuracy. So with the damage buff, it's just better than it was. You know, you just gotta play to its strengths. Hip fire is obviously one of those strengths, but also keeping in mind that you're gonna want to burst fire when you start getting out to certain ranges. I mean, you could just be somebody who burns through a whole mag, and hey, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You know, just be ready to reload. But that's how I played with it for a while before I got more comfortable with burst firing. But honestly, burst firing with this thing is really valuable. You can do long bursts too. This isn't a weapon that you have to short burst with. You can get away some pretty long bursts. It's actually one of the few weapons I feel where you can actually see the moment that you start to lose accuracy. Like, you know, that the bullet deviation starts to get really high. And at that point, you just stop firing and then you initiate another burst. And I think that's kind of cool. It's just kind of like a nuance of the weapon that I've started to notice. You see if you can catch that in some of the engagements we have here. You got a big, strong lead, man. You know, you can, I don't know, it's just a weapon you can really feel, and I like that. But if you're really, really close, though, obviously there's no reason to worry about burst firing. You can just go ahead and do full auto with this thing and not, you know, really have it be any big deal. Like right there. Going for headshots is definitely a valuable decision to make. I think that guy was AFK, but hey, we got him. I'm going to wait on Ion, because we have a pretty massive lead right now. I might not even call Ion in. If I do, it'll be late, and we'll probably just auto-tighten so we can spend some more time with the good old R-97 here. Was it just me, guys, or did we have a pilot here? I think we did, and I think that was them right there. Been working on my B-hopping. I think the R-97 is actually a really good weapon to practice slide hopping with, because it's a weapon that feels like it wants to be used at high speed. You know, there's just something about it that screams like, go mobile, dude! I can just imagine the R-97 being like a hipster surfer who just constantly brags to the other SMGs about its rate of fire capability and its really cool slouchy hat that it wears on the weekends. We are crushing them. Massive lead here, guys. This is the R-97, honestly, in attrition and bounty hunt, like in objective-based modes, I think is really where it does best. Honestly, if you're playing pilots versus pilots, there's too much to deal with in terms of hemlock, devotion, and that's really one of those modes where people are going to be ready for you. They're going to be waiting, and that's not where the R-97 does well. Like, going head-to-head with devotion and hemlocks, to me, is just like, that's no bueno. You're just going to get shut down time and time again. But if you can be the person who engages while they're distracted, well, that's where this thing is going to reign supreme. This is a blistering match, let me tell you that, dude. I don't think we're gonna get that, unfortunately. That is the R-97. The faster you go, the faster you kill. It's like you're throwing the bullets at the enemy with some extra speed. Oh, there we go. There's the long-range devotion user that I was just talking about. You will not outgun that person at a distance with this thing. It's just not going to happen. It doesn't matter how good you are, how accurate you are. The devotion is just going to win on accuracy. It's going to win on overall rapid damage output at that sort of range. So that's what you want to avoid. Let's get good old Ion in here. We got a Tone Fest. They might be able to make a push with Tone here, so I might go ahead and get my Ion so we can help our team out with this one. The score is slowly closing. Let's just hunt this guy down first. You do, of course, get a pretty beefy headshot bonus with this thing, so I really do recommend going for headshots if at all possible. If that's something you can do, if that's something that's in your accuracy repertoire, do it. Trust me, it'll be worth it. A little bit of GTSA there. There is our unfortunate... Oh, wow, man, nice. That grapple melee, I've been really wondering about that a lot. I feel like it actually manages to cancel out like a regular melee, you know, regardless of what time you start it, which is... I mean, I guess that's kind of cool, you know, that you get a bonus for grappling with with that thing. Look at our poor Ion. What have they done to your chassis, girl? I'm so sorry. I'll let you die. It was for the greater good, I swear. I really need to talk to these people about the R-97. I think there's a big misconception, right, about the usage of ADS on certain weapons. A lot of people are like, hey, why would you ever ADS with that? Honestly, if you're somebody who plays, it doesn't even matter on PC or on console, don't let anyone ever tell you when you should or shouldn't ADS. You know, it's all about what works for you. Sometimes it's just a matter of being able to manage the recoil better because you're ADSing. Benchy is pretty much infamous at this point for people asking him why he ADSs with the flatline, but it's one of those weapons, man. Like, it helps you manage the recoil, you know, especially when you're doing ranged engagement stuff. So if you got to ADS with this thing, feel free. I think the ADS with this thing is fantastic. It's just one of those weapons that's easy to control in an ADS format. Again, burst firing it at long ranges with ADS is just, my opinion, super valuable. If all goes wrong, you just break out your fire star, then you mow down that guy before he gets in his sight, and you steal his battery, you go put it in your buddy's chassis, and you win the day, right? That's it. That's how it goes down. I really do like the R-97. It's a lot of fun, but it's an obviously powerful SMG right now. The funny thing is, on the Xbox, right, and this is why I talked a little bit about aim assist at the start of this video. I'm gonna have a whole video actually talking about aim assist and the issues that I see with it. It really is way too powerful, and it's not so much the slowdown. Like, I think aim assist should be focused on slowdown. The problem I have with it is how much rotation lock you get. That's what you're seeing when you use something like the Hemlock or the G2, right, where you can just ADS and snap target, and you don't even have to really aim. Like, the weapon is being dragged for you, which is why the R2 is so powerful in close quarters, which is why the Hemlock is so powerful in close quarters. These are the issues that I have with these weapons. You know, and I think they really do take away from the experience, and I also think it's why people still don't care about the R-97. There are very few people using it, and the majority of those people are people who are great with their aim, you know? These are players who don't need the ADS. They're really powerful when it comes to their hipfire abilities. So they're using things like the R-97, but the rest of the community is still over here, Hemlock, Devotion, R2, like, all day long. I mean, G2 is up there. Occasionally, you know, we're seeing some people having some fun, but that's like the majority of the player base. And if you play something like Pilots versus Pilots, that is all you are going to see. It's just going to be an endless wave of those weapons that benefit from that ADS lock, which just needs to go, man. Anyhow, if you're one of those people who likes a good challenge, I cannot recommend making use of the R-97, having some fun with it. Man, I really thought we were going to get the execution, but unfortunately, I forgot just how much damage Ronin can sustain when in sword core form. So well played there. We should have just went with the core. Let's see if we can help him with this tone. That fail melee to R-97 backup. Reverse weapon backup support there. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's like, oh man, coming up here. I didn't even see you with his G2. We'll just steal his G2. Maybe we'll kill him with that at some point. I feel like that'd be fun. The cool thing about the R-97 with its damage output is you can actually take Titans down with it, you know? It's one of those weapons where a Titan's probably going to ignore the damage coming in. But then you just shred them. And, you know, they don't really recognize what's happening, especially if you decide to run amped weapons. So that's something to keep in mind for the overall, like, Swiss knife capability of the R-97 here. It's versatile. There is no denying that. And that damage buff, I think, had a lot to do with that. It's going to be interesting, actually, to see if any of these things get reversed with Live Fire's patch, you know? If anything gets dropped with live fire and we see, like, hey, that got debuffed even though they just buffed it, so on and so forth. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of commentary with the R-97. I hope you guys have a great day. If you have any other questions or thoughts of your own in regards to the R-97, let me know down in the comment section below. We're going to be doing the Kraber guide tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. And then next week, I'm going to be taking some time to talk a little bit about aim assist and how I think it should be changed to make Titanfall 2 a more enjoyable experience and a more balanced experience across those weapons that seem to reign supreme over on the console side of the experience. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am still working on that new closer, so I'll see you in the next one.